Hi guys, welcome back to Library of Alexandria. And today, guys, that's it's hard to even freaking say, right? When I sat down here to film, I literally had to be like, I'm like, how do I hold books? Like, what side do I hold books on? And I'm like, oh, okay, boosh, like that, like on the. Taz been a long time. Taz, that's not a contraction. It has been a long time. And so yeah, this is a video to I don't know, reacquaint myself with how to actually film a video. So if you've been following my channel, you will know that I have not posted an actual video like of me doing this since like February. I think it was the Dispossessed was the last video I posted. And what a sad video to be my last video. That broke me. It broke me. The frigging hippies in the Dispossessed just shattered my will to do anything.
Plenty of ditches along the road. Maybe I'll find one to die in.
But no, I mean, not really. It has been, I mean, I don't know how many times I have to say something along these lines, but it's been a challenge trying to find balance between all of my interests and all of the things that are just kind of going on. In March, I had a baby. And his name is Atticus, and he is wonderful. As far as babies go, we are extremely fortunate. He, however, can be incredibly unpleasant when he wants to be.
What? No.
And that's usually in the afternoons when I get home before Christina, and so my mother-in-law watches him, and I get him from her for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, like by myself, and it's at the worst time of day. He's the most unpleasant at that time of day, and it's so hard. Yeah. I honestly do not know how the human race has not died out, because I don't know why people like put themselves through this multiple times. You know what I mean? Like, how have birth rates kept up with death rates? I just don't know how that's possible. I also don't know how anybody does this without a support system. Like, how does anyone raise a kid by themselves, away from their family, without a nanny? Like, rich people are fine. Like, whatever. You got friggin' 800 people you can just hire and take care of it. But like for the rest of us, like what? Like, I've got 3 sets of parents in town, and it's still too hard. So that's where I've been. A lot of it's been that. A lot of it is just I'm easily overwhelmed, and not doing this for so long has made it really hard to jump back into things. And like, I have been, no joke, I've been walking around for over an hour. Like, I'll sit down in here and I will get like actually physically anxious to sit down in front of this, and it's like a physical weight. It's so hard. So, and especially when I'm trying to review a book, which is what I was just trying to do. And so I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna film this. Just get the voice box going, get in the swing. So that I can get used to talking in front of this camera, as opposed to streams, where, I mean, if you've seen me at all, it's been on streams and things, and just kind of talk about, where I hope that the channel is going to go. First of all, I want to say thank you to all of the wonderful people in this community who have continued to support me and Christina, both with your views on streams and with your pocketbooks. Despite the fact that we are intermittent, it means the world to us. And I mean, it really does. The generosity of this community it's just second to none. Like, when I was in a car accident, 2 years ago, and I broke my collarbone in April. So what if I just stopped breaking all my bones? So like we were able to get through, some mad medical crap, because we did not have enough insurance on our cars. We do now, as if that's useful, but you know what I mean. Anyway, you guys are wonderful, and we appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. And if Christina was not wrangling, crying baby, she would be in here to say also. So, the other thing is, I got school, and I'm trying to find a way to be okay with school. I have stuff in the summer, trying to take kids to nationals and all that stuff. That's been hard ever since I've gotten involved in that. Just not a lot of time. And I'm trying to get it to where when I'm at school, I tend to do this thing every year where I'm trying to make my lessons better, like find a new textbook, find a new kind of lesson, like mingle some other things together. And because of this, I never have, other than like, mythology and history and things like that, um, the actual Latin portion, I never do the same thing 2 years in a row. And so I'm constantly making material, which is just exhausting, and it takes so much time. So one day I will get, um, I've decided that this year, either what I'm doing this year is going to work, or I'm going back to the thing I've used the most. I tend to change things, but just going straight back to the thing I was doing, because I've got to stop having to write a test for every class every time I have one. Like, what if I was able to just use the old ones? How about that? That'd be good, right? Um, the other thing and I don't know. This is conversation for another day, probably. It's just weird. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of like influencer vibes. Again, overgeneralization, my speciality. In around BookTube, and I don't like that. Like, I don't like influencer stuff. Like, I don't like clickbait titles and clickbait thumbnails, and the fact that YouTube lets you pick 3 thumbnails and then it decides which one does the best, and like, that is so gross to me personally. Like, it's just gross. I just don't understand why you can't come out and talk about books you like, or whatever else you're excited about. Because that's the other thing, is like, this channel, guys, like, it started out as a book channel. It's really just a me and Christina channel now, because yeah, I do video game streams. I mean, I play more video games than I stream, for sure. Um, but I'm gonna have video game streams that I upload, because that's what I enjoy. Jimmy and I, Jimmy over at Fantasy Network, are in the midst of a evil Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough, and so I'm gonna upload one of those once a week once you get back in the swing of it. And also, I like to stream. Like, I like to just talk. So a lot of people don't rewatch streams. Like if you miss it, they don't go back and watch it. But some of the best stuff I think is on those, like in between the reading sprints. So I'm gonna upload, like, sections where we're talking about. I mean, there's one where we're talking about Care Bears and the fact that my wife doesn't like Jurassic Park, which is just obscene.
This is madness.
So stay tuned for that. Um, and yeah, other things like, we'll have something with the baby. Christina's filmed a baby's first book review, which is adorable. And, she'll probably make more appearances on videos and stuff. And so that's kind of what you have to expect. Hopefully, you can get back in the swing of Jeopardy. It's been challenging, but I think there's going to be a Jeopardy this month, at the end of the month. I think we're going to finally have the Jeopardy that we meant to have back in June, with Evie, Yolanda, and Derry. Anyway, so yeah, like, guys, I couldn't follow the algorithm if I wanted to. I don't know how to read my stupid analytics. I don't know. And then, you know what? I'm not trying to virtue signal, and I'm not better than anybody, and I'm not trying to be self-righteous. I just don't like things being, I just don't. I hate the algorithm, and I hate people talking about the algorithm, and I don't like people being disingenuous about the algorithm, and I don't like people being disingenuous about saying that they have to do things because the algorithm. No, you don't. Like, you don't. I mean, I guess you do if you need to maximize cha-ching cha-ching. Like, that's fine, but that's a choice you're making. That no one's making you. Like, no one's forcing you to do that. The thing I dislike the most. I dislike many things, but one of the things I dislike the most is hearing people say, man, I wish I could make a video on that, parentheses, because I'm interested in it and because it sounds really cool, because I'd really like to do that, but I can't because no one would watch it, and then the algorithm, whatever, etc., etc., etc. Like, stop. Just go freaking make a video. Like, make the video you want to make, please. Make the content you want to make. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Rambling. So, I don't like change anyway, so I don't care if, like, the zeitgeist has changed. I'm going to do TBR, guys. Guess what? October, I'm going to have a TBR. I stopped doing TBRs not because they're not popular anymore, but because I wasn't reading anything. And no one's going to watch a video for me to be like, I might read this one book. Not going to do it. So I think I've at least got my reading time back. It's just been hard to, like, actually get online and talk about it. So I'm going to do TBR. I'm going to do wrap up. I'm bringing back the tags. Brian, you're doing the Lord's work out there with the bartend, whatever your tag was called. I don't have it in front of me. But good job. We're gonna bring back the tags, guys, and it's gonna be the first one's gonna be a live with Joanna, and it's called the BookTube Betrayal Tag, where it is themed around all the betrayals that I experience on a daily basis in the BookTube community from people who were supposed to be my friends and allies, and they are instead horrible traitors who should be shunned whenever possible. So yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna do some book reviews. I don't care. I don't care. No one's gonna watch them. I don't care. And you know what? Because my book reviews are worse than most people's, because it's books no one's gonna read. No one's read, and no one's gonna read them. And you know, I lack the ability to be on a stream with someone and be like, "Oh my gosh, you should read this book," and everybody be like, "I'm gonna drop what I'm doing and read this book." No. I just proselytize, and no one reads them, except for those people who are typing right now. "Oh, I guess we don't count because we read all of your stuff." You don't. I'm not talking about you. I'm clearly not talking about you. You guys are amazing. So yeah. Really trying to find some balance between my work and family, because obviously I want to spend time with my wife, my wonderful wife, and my wonderful child, who really is a happy baby. And I also want to do good at my job. And you know, Christina and I are at a place where we are both in the place where we wish things were different, and we like our jobs enough. Like we don't dislike our jobs. We don't dislike them enough for it to be the impetus for a big change. But you know, it's expensive to live here, which is annoying, and it sucks that we both work full time, and we're on the struggle bus still. And we had a budget meeting last night to take care of that. So hopefully, we can fix some of that. But babies is expensive. Like, it's too expensive. How does anybody done any money have babies? Anyway, I'm hoping that this is not the last video you see from me in another, 5 months? No. 8 months. How can I not add 7 months? 7 months. That is so sad. How sad. No. I'm going to come back and no. It's gonna be a resurgence, a renaissance, if you will. So it's cool. Like, thank you guys for watching even this nonsense. And I hope you'll stay tuned as I try to get some more videos out, and some book stuff. Because I actually read. It's just a matter of talking about the books rather than just reading them and dropping a review on Goodreads. Like, what is that? Like, come on. We got to talk about it. Anyway, that's it for me for today, for this probably short video, probably longer than it should have been. How do I end this? Oh, goodness. That's it for me for today. As always, information about my Patreon and Discord is down in the description. And I'll see you next time, guys.